The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and welcome to TV1 News. I'm Carol Kidu Jr. In this edition, Warrant and Summons Division not functioning, new buildings for remote Goilala School, and Garamuts playing their way to World Cup. Members of the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary should wear police uniforms when on duty as a sign of respect to the force. Chairman of the Commission of Inquiry into RPNGC, Elenas Batari, stressed this during the inquiry yesterday.
After hearing the witness statement by the Assistant Commissioner of Police for Crimes, Hodges Ete, about the conduct of police personnel during the riot on January 10th, the COI Chair and Commissioner, Justice Elenas Batari, said police personnel must wear police uniform at all times as a show of respect and dignity to the force. Batari said this after Ete revealed that few police officers, including some hierarchy, were without uniforms during the protest, which led to the civil unrest.
Police officer higher up the rank trying to attend the scene have uniform. Every time you see someone in full uniform. Is that the culture here, or is it the possibility that uniform is not an important part of police tool anymore?
There's a generational gap as to what generation respects the uniform more and what doesn't.
Oh.
So I believe all, except that it is my own view, my own personal opinion.
Yeah, you're giving your personal view.
That,
and of course from your own observations and experiences.
That those of us who joined earlier and last 30 years ago, we joined for the very purpose of pursuing a career in the police force and wearing this uniform.
Yeah.
Others who have joined after us, my personal view is that others joined just because they wanted to have an employment, not a profession.
Batari said it is unacceptable for police officers and police hierarchy to be in civilian when attending to crimes because it is unconstitutional. Batari said the behavior of this police personnel on January 10th demonstrated that there was no discipline in the police force.
What happened at Unagi Oval simply exhibited lack of discipline and respect for the hierarchy.
Ete, in sharing the same sentiments, added that discipline in the police force is lacking nowadays, resulting in unnecessary crimes involving police officers.
We need to have some of those offences, maybe add a few more, and also look at the possibility of criminalizing some of those offences that we see as disciplinary offences.
Maricela Kelaton, TV1 News.
Meanwhile, 3 finance officers and 3 zone commanders of the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary are under criminal investigations for the instigation of the civil unrest on Wednesday, January 10th, 2024. Ete also revealed this when testifying at the Commission of Inquiry into RPNGC's January 10th civil unrest yesterday. Ete said the purpose of the investigations is to find out if they were involved in criminal activities.
Subjected to criminal investigation in relation to January 10th.
Okay, I think that's all.
They are under investigation. We have also referred them to internal affairs for disciplinary measures.
Okay.
disciplinary considerations.
The Papua New Guinea Immigration and Citizenship Service Authority officially launched the Sponsor Portal yesterday, a digital platform that integrates both work permit and work visa application into a single digital application. This web-based interface will provide a convenient avenue for private sector companies who employ foreign nationals to lodge work permit and working resident visa, all in a single system. The event featured a brief showcase of the sponsor portal and how to navigate work permits and work visas in terms of registration and payment methods.
Acting Chief Migration Officer Wellington Navasifu during the launch remarked on how the sponsor portal is an iconic benefit for both clients and ICSA. The acting CMO clarified that the sponsor portal will slowly phase out work permit and the end result will see a working resident visa, meaning the users of the portal will no longer get a work permit letter and ID card. However, they will be issued with a working resident visa, which legalizes them to enter the country and work, revolutionizing business in the country.
Our aim is to make sure that we make the business more efficient, less cumbersome, but profitable, not just for us in terms of money, but time. So this is a tool as part of our innovation and harnessing the power of technology.
According to Mr. Navasivu, the sponsor portal provides businesses with a streamlined process to lodge the combined work permit and employment visa online with a system that directly interfaces with the immigration's border management system. All manual payments will cease as of today and will be made online through the sponsor portal. Ruth Rongola, TV1 News.
Prime Minister James Marape says the country's 5 major projects are on track. PNG Gas Project, Pasca A Gas Project, Wafi Golpu, Pogera and Papua LNG. He expressed that the future is looking bright for Papua New Guinea.
I had 4 Ps and one W, so for the first time now, we're trying to get all these projects sort of fired up. So the next 5, 6, 7 years in PNG, all these are being developed at various stages. It's going to be quite an exciting time for our economy. So exciting times coming up. I ask our citizens, support your country wherever you can. And for these projects, we'll work with respective investors and hopefully find a soft landing spot for Wafi Golpu, for PNG and Pasca as we await FID announcements by Total and all the project partners in Papua LNG.
You're watching TV1 News. Stay tuned for more stories after the break.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaru, get up a big smile on face. Time for give chicken a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Lager, Bunyam Yumi.
right across the nation. We eat snacks crackers. Emi trupla. All get a young planalapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one-time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
Welcome back. The Warrant and Summons Division of the Royal PNG Constabulary is not functioning, says Director Prosecution Para Kuyap. Kuyap revealed this when he testified today at the Commission of Inquiry into RPNGC's January 10th unrest today at the APEC House, Port Moresby. He said the division lacks funding, manpower and logistics.
When testifying at the Commission of Inquiry of the January 10th civil unrest, Director of Prosecution of the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary, Para Kuyap, said most police cases brought before the committal courts find themselves struck out due to want of prosecution. Kuyap said the issue is ongoing because the RPNGC Warrant and Summons Division is currently not functioning.
Section which falls under the prosecution directorate, but that particular section has not been resourced. It's like we may walk over it.
Kuyap said lack of funding, no manpower and vehicle are contributing to factors to the non-functioning of the division.
The warrants and summons section is not being resourced.
Kuyap said methods are struck out due to police investigators not providing sufficient evidence to the court and failure to execute summons or warrants when issued by the courts. He said often police investigators do not proceed with the matter because the division that is supposed to support them is not functioning.
The first reason, if the committal file is ready, meaning that the NRP is completed and served on the accused, and it goes through the Section 95 of the District Court Act, where consideration on sufficiency on evidence is done, the court that makes a decision whether there is prima facie. If there is no prima facie or sufficient evidence to commit the accused, that's the first state the committed file is struck out. Second is where the investigation is not completed within 3 months. Bail doesn't turn up in court, and a warrant is issued with a returnable date for the police to execute and have the person apprehended and brought before a court. And it is not done.
COI Chair and Commissioner Elines Batari told Kuyap that the non-functioning of this division in the force clearly shows that the rule of law and justice is not upheld. Therefore, better intervention is needed to revive this division.
Stops there at your level and nothing is done, that's not really helping, does it?
Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
A primary school in the remote Goilala district, named after the Prime Minister James Marape, had its new buildings opened on Thursday by the Prime Minister himself. Built at a cost of 1.7 million kina, the project is the outcome of a partnership between the national government and the Goilala District Development Authority. The project included the construction of classrooms and staff houses.
The welcome reception for the Prime Minister in remote Lilo village was massive. This was the second time James Marape visited the school The first was in 2021 when he accompanied the then member for Goilala, late William Sam, to the groundbreaking ceremony of the school. 3 years later, and the school he inaugurated and provided a 1 million kina funding, utilized this funding to build new classrooms and houses with an extra 700,000 kina funding from the DDA. The Prime Minister praised the school management and the contractor for utilizing the little funding to construct 6 classrooms, an administration building, 2 staff houses and a couple of buildings still under construction.
Where district is trying its best of making work in the midst of scarcity of resource. Time no got plenty, national government give him lick, one of him give district to district, put him command tab, and one province can give him province, put him go aside, and together we make it happen where it matters most, where you people are. And today, me how much look I'm witnessing a combination of district, province, and national government combination that has seen 6 new classrooms. Will allow our children, who are our future, to sit properly and learn from.
Further support came from the Kairuku MP, Peter Isoaimo, who pledged 100,000 kina, Moresby Northwest MP, lawyer Boaz Samuel, who committed 50,000 kina, and Works and Highways Minister Solan Mirisin, who pledged to provide school uniforms for all students and teachers. Central Governor Rufina Peter, in thanking the Prime Minister for recognizing this remote school, also highlighted the performance of Sacred Heart Secondary School in Goilala, which has put Central Province on the map as one of the top 10 performing schools in the country.
And time you miss a kissing exams law, grade 10 or 12 annually. And Sacred Heart School and Sakamlo top 10. So I want plus something where you me as Central Province people and as people in Goilala district, we have to be proud that despite our remoteness, we do produce, we are amongst the best performing in the country, representing our province, Central Province.
Meantime, the Prime Minister also gave directions to Minister Mirisim to start work on the Mona Highway. Ruth Rongola, TV1 News.
Medang students who have qualified for the Sir Peter Bata Tertiary Scholarship Program attending tertiary institutions nationwide can breathe a sigh of relief as all their payments have been approved and is being delivered to their schools. The scholarship program was initiated last year by the Provincial Member's Office to assist parents pay tuition fees for their children attending tertiary institutions across the country.
Tuition fees for this academic year is being paid to tertiary institutions by the Medang provincial government to ensure Medang students do not miss out on classes. This week, payments are being done for local students attending colleges at home. Next week, payments will be done for those studying in institutions and other provinces. So far, payments have been made to Divine Word University, Lutheran School of Nursing, Ile Community Health Worker Training Center, and MAPEX Training Institute. Payment continues next week for Medang Teachers College, Maritime College, and Medang Technical College. Governor Ramsey Pariwa stressed the point that the Sir Peter Bata Tertiary Scholarship Program is a privilege and not a right.
Provincial government will helping you. Work with school fee. School fee is not your right. I mean, your right blue you. Suppose your right blue you, and since independence they come, government baba more school fee blue na come. School fee assistance is a privilege. Only few government who said only thing I'm important to me help him now, only prioritize him, overlook him. I'm now first time meeting provincial government and we will help him. Over the beginning, over the district, over the LLG, all over the ward inside the province.
TWU President Professor Father Philip Gibbs was grateful for the timely payment given, saying it had been a tough 5 to 6 weeks for the school administration and the students as they had to deregister many students who had not paid their fees after the semester break. Father Gibbs mentioned that the government still owes Divine Word University 5 million kina for TESAS and HECA students, and a health program which should contribute to running the institution this semester.
754,000 for the full-time students here on the campus, and 69,000 for 14 students who are through the flexible learning. Some of these students because unfortunately, we have to have certain times when fees come in to be paid. So now we've got this payment, we'll have to figure out how that will apply. Yeah.
Meantime, at the school fee check presentation at Ile Community Health Worker Training Center, the governor encouraged students to refrain from illicit behaviors and to put the school fee assistance to good use. He also called on locals in the surrounding communities to respect the students, teachers, and facilities in the school area.
Money, government putim longa, me putim talk antablo this la money. School good, finish in school blue lawyer, go outside, na save him life, bro man. Man must look and die. That's your mission. Now missing out the community below me. Look out him on Sumati in the school. No can fight long still long na bagrapi mall. No can bagrapi mall property of the school to facility, classroom, now teacher, now workman too.
Roland Dennis, TV1 News.
One squad, PNG's renowned dance crew, has advanced to the semi-finals at the World Hip Hop Dance Championship in the US. After a strong preliminary performance, they secured the top spot. Despite acknowledging some mistakes on social media, the crew is determined to refine their routine for the upcoming rounds. Supported by Mountain Dew and a 110,000 kina sponsorship from Pacific Industries Limited, One Squad remains focused on their goals. Director Everett Chu praised their achievements and highlighted their journey as an inspiration for aspiring PNG dancers. The nation eagerly anticipates their performances, confident in their ability to excel internationally. The 2024 Papua New Guinea Investment Week that will be hosted in Sydney, Australia from December 6th to the 11th has now been expanded to include more than just the mining and energy sector. Prime Minister James Marape commended the vision of the PNG Chamber of Commerce and Energy for this decision, whilst PNG Core President Anthony Smyre said the change of name and format will boost investment into PNG by expanding attention beyond PNG's resources sector into other areas.
We have phenomenal things that we are doing in energy and in resource sector, but there are amazing things being done in agriculture, in fisheries, in infrastructure, in renewables, and also particularly with the work, Prime Minister, that you've been doing with our bilateral and multilateral partners and their interventions in different parts of our country.
It is now stepping outside of not just the coal mining and energy or petroleum sector, but expanding the scope of promoting investments. It is proper also government right with it, and government also, and also the state-owned enterprises that stand to benefit from the mining, petroleum, and other resource extraction or resource harvest projects. So, all commendations to the thought to give a more fuller, wholesome promotion of PNG as an investment destination.
Lufa District is set to benefit from a significant health supply boost thanks to IEC, a locally owned company. Engaged by the Lufa District Development Authority in 2023, under the leadership of Simo Kilepa, Minister for Environment and Climate Change, IEC has provided essential health equipment and medicines to support the district's healthcare services. In a significant development for local healthcare, Lufa District has received a crucial shipment of medical supplies and equipment. This delivery, orchestrated by Inspire Elite Consultancy or IEC, follows a 2023 engagement with the Lufa District Development Authority under the leadership of Simo Kilepa, Minister for Environment and Climate Change. Mr. Kilepa, committed to improving health services in Lufa District, has ensured continued support for the area.
Environment, you must have been also in one plan, good la picture, but this la one plus start lo this la picture lo come out. Through lo side lo health. Last year October we plan receiving medical supplies that's all. Now this la year we plan receiving equipment.
Last year, IEC supplied basic medicines. This year they delivered 50% of the required health center kits and 50% of basic medical equipment. The supplies include patient beds, delivery beds, stethoscopes, blood pressure machines, and more, with a total cost of 380,000 kina, supplemented by 20,000 kina for logistics, 30,000 kina for administration, 10,000 kina for unplanned expenses, and 10,000 kina for miscellaneous costs.
People like putting something place clear, lo isi lo kisim, yusim na save him, you pla, let him na put him back. And this like quality care, yeah, me pla ba give him, yeah. Inside lo this like no good, at least me pla providing quality care. I'm clear. So please, me pla ask him, or some appeal lo community lo look out him good. Okay, that is like something me pla sim come. Nara pla talk him go back lo me pla service provider lo health. No can charge him man fee, yeah. Use a free policy and stop. This like go back lo workman. Community you pla look him now, workman and charge him fee. Come report him me pla law office. All no can talk me charge him marasin. Service fee yes. Or charge him or some 50 toya or 1 kina and block at him grass. And buy him cleaner or some of the time me play a tire punch, me play use him. So but talk service fee. But I'll sick marasin, me play not charge him man and free.
The supplies, which will last up to 6 months, are aimed at enhancing healthcare delivery in the district. The comprehensive list includes medicines such as amoxicillin, paracetamol, and flucloxacillin, as well as medical equipment like wheelchairs and glucose strips. IEC remains dedicated to supporting the district's health needs in alignment with the MP's vision for improved health services. And now let's take a look at the finance news. The kina closed lower at $0.2578 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2503, $0.3771 Australian dollars, $0.2216 euro, and 36.52 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold, copper, palm oil, and crude oil closed higher, while coffee, cocoa, and copper closed lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. TV1 News continues when we come back. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
The Toyota JD Hi-Ace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency, and quietness. Designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hi-Ace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort, and safety. Experience the ride on the Hi-Ace bus and experience the Hi-Ace pride. The bus that exceeds all expectation.
Papua New Guinea. We love a reason for a family gathering. A reason to play. A reason to ignite the flame. A reason to cook the best with the best. Flame oil, now PNG made for PNG cooking. Flame oil, winning taste.
Scale Rise brings to you some Scale Indie vibes this independence. Cashing out a total of 300,000 Kina in prize money around PNG this independence. 4 fortnightly draws, 75 fortnightly winners, 300 total Scale Rise winners, and 1,000 Kina Scale Indie prize for every Scale winner. Here's how to enter the promotion. Buy any Scale or Ori Rise product, write your full name and contact details on the back of the store receipt, drop your entry into the entry box in store. For more information, either check in store or follow us on our Scale Rise PNG page. Terms and conditions apply. Scale Rise, and buy you like it.
Thanks for staying with us. Turning abroad, Australia is poised to sign a new upgraded defence pact with Indonesia by the end of this month as the federal government prepares to welcome the incoming Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto to Canberra. The government has framed it as the most strategically significant bilateral agreement with Indonesia since at least 2006, when the two countries reset security ties by signing the Lombok Treaty. Australia and Indonesia confirmed in February they would upgrade their 2012 Defence Pact to a new binding agreement, with Defence Minister Richard Marles aiming to complete lightning-fast negotiations within 3 months. The negotiations haven't gone quite that quickly, but the ABC was told that discussions are now in their final phase and that Mr. Marles is planning to travel to Indonesia near the end of this month to sign the agreement with Mr. Prabowo. The Catholic community has held masses to celebrate the feast day of Saint Mary MacKillop.
Founded her first school in 1866. She founded the Sisters of St. Joseph's the next year. The organisation went on to start schools around Australia for the poor that became the basis of the Catholic education system that we know today. A mass was held at the church here to mark St. Mary's feast day, with children from the local Catholic school attending and contributing to the service.
She means a lot. She's a very big role model in my life. She did so much to help the community, and that's what I want to do.
She's the saint of around Penola. She was here when she started her journey to become a saint, so it's really important here. It's part of the culture here. So.
Mary MacKillop became a saint in 2010 after the Catholic Church verified 2 miracles that it says she interceded with God to perform. Tourists can visit the schoolhouse here in Penola, where Mary taught at from 1867, and learn more about her life and legacy. Marie Valenzuela runs the Mary MacKillop Visitor Centre here, and she says it still attracts.
Melbourne researchers have discovered a blood test that can help predict which preterm babies will go on to develop chronic lung disease.
Samantha Nation cherishes every moment her son Atticus is not in a hospital.
It was torture going up there seeing your baby like that every day.
Atticus was born 3 months early and came into the world weighing just 800 grams. After 5 months in the neonatal unit, attached to monitors, wires and tubes, he developed chronic lung disease and couldn't expel liquid from his lungs.
We were told we don't think he's going to come through this, and pretty much start saying your goodbyes to him.
But against all odds, little Atticus survived. Before now, babies could only be tested for lung disease at 36 weeks old, leaving parents like Samantha and Warwick without answers for weeks.
This makes it incredibly difficult, not just for parents who have that unsurety, but also for the doctors that need to treat them.
A world-first discovery is changing that. Scientists at the Murdoch Children's Research Institute have discovered specific proteins in the blood can indicate which babies will develop the disease. And the test can be done within 3 days of birth.
And so this way we'll be able to give the right treatment to the right child at the right time.
Samantha hopes it means other parents with preterm babies can breathe a little easier.
I am so excited for it. I think this is absolutely fantastic. If they can detect this early on, and it can help prevent families sort of go through what we went through.
In the next few months, the blood test will be replicated in a larger clinical study involving 550 babies across all neonatal units in Victoria. It's hoped that will lead to the discovery of new treatments.
Singer Vanessa Amorosi has won the property battle against her mother. The pop star will now seize control of a Melbourne home after suing her mother following a dramatic falling out over her fortune. But it wasn't a complete legal victory.
Battle finally over, but a feud far from settled. For years, Vanessa Amorosi trusted her mother to manage her fortune, but after they had a falling out, she sued Joylene Robinson over a property in Melbourne's southeastern suburbs. The pop star claimed the home was wholly hers, but her mother rejected this, saying they'd struck a kitchen table agreement, which meant she owned the house. But today, a Supreme Court judge found not absolutely everybody owned the property, just Amorosi, and told the court no such agreement existed. Amorosi was discovered in a Russian restaurant by former Australian Idol judge Mark Holden and became a household name after singing at the Sydney Olympics. Her career went from strength to strength, making her millions on the way. The Supreme Court heard the money was funneled into a trust account and was handled by her mother, Joylene Robinson. And part of it was used to purchase this sprawling property in Warrant at the centre of the dispute. Joylene Robinson told the court Vanessa Amorosi bought the house for her because it was perfect, and in exchange for a one-off payment of $650,000 down the track. But that was hotly disputed by the Australian Songbird, who said the conversation never took place. Emotions ran high during the trial, which heard the dispute between Vanessa Amorosi and her mother started a war within the family. The falling out was so bad that Joylene Robinson only learned about her daughter's pregnancy through another family member, prompting her to send an email saying, "Good luck with the delivery of your baby boy. I hear it's any day now." The Supreme Court ultimately took a shine to Amorosi's claims, but it wasn't a complete victory. The singer was ordered to pay her mother close to $870,000 in restitution.
Austrian police have seized bomb-making materials from the home of the man behind the foiled plot to attack Taylor Swift concerts in Vienna, and says one of the men arrested confessed to planning to kill as many people as possible.
They were expecting, but these Swifties are doing their best.
I shake it up, I shake it up.
Many had travelled across the world to see the pop superstar, spending thousands of dollars in the process.
We all came from San Francisco and we waited over a year because today is her 13th birthday.
I was really excited, but then when the news got out that it was cancelled, there were a lot of tears.
The man behind the plot has made a full confession. Authorities say the 19-year-old was planning to use knives or homemade explosives to kill as many people outside the stadium as possible. The Austrian had sworn allegiance to the Islamic State group on the internet. Police raided his home and found chemicals and explosive devices. A 17-year-old has also been arrested. He was employed by a company hired to provide services at the venue. Authorities say the cell of suicide attackers has been broken up, but are searching for anyone else involved. Taylor Swift said her biggest fear was a terrorist attack at one of her shows. She's due to return to the stage next week in London, while fans in Austria are making memories of their own.
And that ends the news segment. Next in sports, Garamuts on the road to World Cup, and Hunters aim for top 8.
Hardware House is more than just a store. It is where quality meets affordability, where culture is proudly celebrated. Spanning 9 provinces, we pride ourselves in offering top-notch customer support and services. We're more than just a store. We're more than a brand. We are Hardware House.
Are you ready to meet the best version of yourself? The one with the bright, confident smile? You've got to take pride in how good you look, how fresh your breath smells, and how great you feel. To boss it at work, to be your best for uni, or to catch the eye of that special someone. You've got to brush up your vibe with whiter, healthier, brighter teeth. Brush up for confidence with Colgate.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
At the PNG LNG project, we are proud of our long-standing partnership with the Kumuls, as they represent the hopes and aspirations of so many Papua New Guineans. Rugby league is more than just a sport. It promotes our shared values of leadership, teamwork, respect, personal integrity, and excellence. Lessons learnt on the pitch carry on throughout life and go beyond serving ourselves.
Must-watch television on your Saturday afternoon. Circus finds a winner over in the corner goes Jamie Prasad, and the Roosters strike, and it's picked up by Horn for the West Tigers. They finally strike back.
Welcome back. PNG Under-19 team Garmuts put in some impressive performances in the ICC Under-19 Men's Cricket World Cup EAP Division 2 qualifier in Samoa. They've had their first 4 matches of the tournament and sit atop the points ladder. They are likely to finish the tournament on top.
The ICC Under-19 Men's Cricket World Cup EAP Division 2 qualifier in Samoa hosts 4 nations in the East Asia Pacific region to compete for a place in the Men's Under-19 World Cup in Zimbabwe and Zambia in 2026. Host Samoa, Vanuatu, Indonesia and Papua New Guinea have been baiting one another in the last 3 days for a spot in the World Cup. PNG Garmuts have been a dominant side throughout the tournament from the first inning. They held Indonesia to a 6-wicket win in their first match and went on to beat Vanuatu by 9 wickets. Downsay Tom and Frank Colin led from the front foot, while Ware Robin and Igor Paco Moria stood up in the bowling department. Their impressive performance continued today with the match against host Samoa, and they won with 127 runs. The victory granted PNG a place at the top of the competition. Gabba Frank put on a massive performance in his side's victory with 2 fours, 2 sixes and a whopping 16 runs. He walked away with the Player of the Match award. The Garmuts have every chance to qualify for the Under-19 ICC Cricket World Cup, representing East Asia Pacific region, should they continue winning for the entirety of the tournament and in the final qualifier in Japan next year. The women's national team PNG Lewis have also been playing well in their one-day international and T20 matches in the Netherlands and Scotland since early this week.
The Papua New Guinea Olympic Committee celebrated Safe Sport Day at Lea Primary School through its Olympic Values Education program. Targeting grade 4 students, the event featured HERO or hero athletes who shared lessons on fair play and respect both in sports and daily life. These athletes representing sports like hockey, touch rugby, powerlifting, weightlifting and karate emphasize the Olympic values of honesty, excellence, respect and openness. The program was well received, with students actively participating and gaining insights into fostering positive and inclusive experiences. PNGOC continues to promote sporting excellence and a respectful environment for all participants. While it's been a stressful couple of weeks for teams trying to secure spots for a top 6 finish before the hammer comes down, the ultimate race for the major silverware, the Digital ExxonMobil Cup, is about to begin. With the top 6 all but locked in, the fight for minor premiership remains a three-way battle between Eagles on 22 points, Miocs 21 points and Muruks on 21 points, and would be decided by how they fare in their remaining 2 rounds of the regular season.
Mathematically for now, Eagles, Miocs, Muruks, Gurias, Tigers and Dabaris are locked in for the final series, which is set to begin on August 25. The last 2 remaining rounds would be seen as formalities to conclude the regular season. Round 17 kicks off tomorrow Saturday with 3 matches in Means, Rabaul and Kimbe respectively. In Means, Mount Hagen Eagles are bracing themselves for an all-out assault against a desperate Wagitumbe outfit who are planning to spoil the party for the current competition leaders. Should Tumbe account for their last 2 remaining games, they might still have the slimmest chance of sneaking into the top 6 should the Dabaris and Tigers lose their 2 remaining rounds. In Kimbe, a revamped Kimbe Cutters look to end their season on a decent note when they host the winless Galfiso at the Humphreys Oval on Saturday. While across the border, an exciting clash awaits at the Queen's Park in Rabaul when original intercity arch-rivals East Nibbin Gurias and Port Moresby Vipers lock horns for the inaugural Michael Marum Cup Challenge, a wonderful initiative by Gurias to honor and recognize the great work and enormous contribution of former Vipers and Guria great, now East Nibbin Governor Michael Marum, with a bumper crowd expected. The excitement continues on Sunday when reigning premiers Enga Miocs tackle a fired-up Mendi Muruks, hell-bent on vying for another crack at the minor premiership, which should put them in good stead for their title defense. For the late rugby league fraternity, home side Tigers hoping to avenge last week's loss to Muruks when they host Gorokelhanis, who are in a bit of a hype after coming off an upset win over Miocs. Meanwhile, Sunday's main TV match will feature 6th place Central Dabaris and outsiders Hella Wigman, who are no slouch when it's crunch time. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
With 3 interesting rounds left on the regular season, the PNG Hunters' long drought of play in finals footy again could be a thing of the past. Though currently seated 7th on 24 points, the Paul Eitan-coached side will be treating their next 3 home games as grand finals in their quest to secure a top 8 finals berth. 4 years since they last played finals football back in 2020 after finishing the season in 6th position. The Hunters host the 10th placed Tweedhead Seagulls this Sunday at the Santos National Football, who are also on a late surge to secure top 8 spot.
After finishing outside the top 8 in 12th position in 2023 under Stanley Teppen, the PNG Hunters have had a decent 2024 season, recording 9 wins from 16 games and occupying 7th spot on the QRL Host Plus Cup points ladder after round 20 with 3 games remaining. On his debut season since taking over from Teppen this year, Paul Eitan has done remarkably well to take the team thus far through adversity and now put themselves in good stead for a red-hot crack at the top 8 finish, and it starts this weekend against Tweedhead Seagulls. The last time the 2 teams met was back in round 4, with Tweedheads going up over the Hunters 36-28 in Queensland.
Most definitely, they just beat North Devils, who've been up first, second most of the year. So they're a quality team, and they showed us their quality when we played them down there. I think we were coming off four game win streak, and then they put an end to that. So quite disappointing. So we're ready to welcome them here back at home, and we're training hard. We came in a day early to put in some extra training to make sure that we're ready to go by Sunday.
On the team lineup for this Sunday, Captain Ilalu is back, including Jamie Mavoko back in the side to partner Joshua Lau after missing out last week. Kosebande comes straight back to the starting 13 for the injured Tony Warrant and will partner Valentine Richard and Judah Rimbu in the front. Wallan Tauloy and Benji Cott will pack into the second row and Ilalu at lock. Robert Matthias returns and will partner Alex Max in the centres, Wane and Nima on the wings, and Sonny Wabo at fullback.
Jamie Mavoko, we're waiting to hear if he comes back, and if he does, he'll come back into the squad for Sakis Kamari. We've got Kosa Bundy back in for Anthony Warrant, who will be out.
Hunters fullback Sonny Wabo is expected to play a big part in Sunday's clash, especially his IQs under high balls and his kick returns, taking his team out of the danger zone, while at the same time railing his troops outfield. Wabo said this is payback time and the boys are ready to put on a show in front of their home crowd.
Judah's in. He's okay. He wasn't at training. He's, he tries his best every game, Judah. He did 52 tackles on the weekend. He played a lot of minutes, close to 9 kilometres he ran. So we'll just let him have a little bit of rest, making sure that he's good. Because he gives his all every game, so we just want to make sure he's good by Sunday. So today we just let him do some recovery sessions and get his body right for Sunday.
Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And that ends the sports segment. Now we'll head over to the weather forecast for the main centres for the next 24 hours. Southern region, Port Moresby partly cloudy then fine. Daru partly cloudy with a shower or two. Kerema mostly cloudy with some afternoon rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Alotau mostly cloudy with possible brief showers. Popondetta partly cloudy, possible few showers. Momase, Ley cloudy with possible brief afternoon showers. Medang mostly fine. Wewak and Vanimo partly cloudy. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau partly cloudy with few showers. Kavieng partly cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Kokopo and Rabaul partly cloudy with chances of brief showers. Kimbe cloudy with chances of brief showers. Boka partly cloudy with occasional showers and possible thunderstorms. Highlands, Mount Hagen cloudy periods with possible afternoon showers. Goroka, Barnes and Kundiawa partly cloudy with occasional rain showers. Mendi, Tari and Wabek cloudy with some rain showers. Coral Sea seas rather rough to rough with southeast winds of 20 to 30 knots. Solomon Sea seas rather rough to rough with southeast winds of 15 to 25 knots. Bismarck Sea seas slight to moderate, becoming rough over the southwestern sector with southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots, reaching 25 to 30 knots over the southwestern sector. Pacific Ocean seas smooth to slight with southeast to easterly winds of 5 to 15 knots. Coastal waters forecast. Waters of southern PNG and Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Islands, Kerma, Yule Island, Hood Point to Samarai Island, Cape Vogel and Old Millen Bay Islands to Huon Gulf to Finschhafen. Seas 1.5 to 2 meters, rising to 2.5 to 3 meters at times along warning areas. Waters of Finschhafen through Vitiers Strait to Siasi and Long Islands, seas 2.5 to 3 meters along warning areas. Waters west of Long Island to Medang to Manam, Bogia to Wewak, Vanimo and northern PNG and Indonesian border, seas 1 to 2.5 meters, rising to 2.5 to 3 meters at times along warning areas. Waters of Manus and its western group of islands, seas 1 to 2 meters. Waters of New Island to Bougainville, seas 1 to 2 meters, rising to 2.5 meters. Waters of New Britain Island, seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters, rising to 2 to 3 meters at times along warning areas. And that's been another edition of TV1 News. From the news team, good night.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.